Good morning, good morning, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I would like to welcome you to the first of my individual videos for Let's Talk About It. And yeah, we're going to talk about last night's WWE Survivor Series War Games. It was a great show from the rooter to the tutor, front to back, back to front. Some surprises here and there. The very end surprise at the night was something that was hidden very well, something WWE has not done in a very long time. And the reason that it was done so well this time would be the fact that nobody knew if it was actually going to happen. WWE only did this to because the fans wanted it so much, and of course, where the venue was located in Chicago. But let's go ahead and go through this card because this was an amazing card. This was an amazing night for these athletes, and oh yeah, good to see you all. I know it's been a minute since you guys seen us. Excuse me. I'm using a very bottom line PC right now. I'm waiting for my computer to come in, my new one. The old one died, losing a lot of work, a lot of files. So I recorded some new gameplays that'll come out this week. This video I'm doing right now, this is being recorded on Sunday the 26th, the day after Survivor Series. So let's just get right into it and let's talk about War Games. So the very electric crowd here in Chicago kicked off. Of course, during the pre-show, you had the CM Punk chants everywhere. It was going to happen in Chicago. But my primary concern, well, we started off with the women's War Games match. This was a fantastic match. My primary concern in this match was Shotzi. Shotzi has been reckless. She's not really the most technically sound in the ring. Some of the stuff she does blows a lot of spots, as they call them. It can mess with the even flow, and that happened a few times here in this match. But when she got her shit together and things started to click, she was very good. Let me adjust this lighting real quick to see if I can. Oh, that's too bright. Ah, it's like Jesus just tried to come in and take me. So again, first time doing this format. And as you guys know, I'm not usually talking here one-on-one with you guys like this. But anyway, Shotzi came out. She showed out. The MVP of this match, hands down, was Bayley. I know that it looks like they're going to a storyline to where Damage Control is going to excommunicate Bayley from the group with having Kairi Sane here now, Io, bringing Asuka in. Those are three very heavy-duty, hard-hitting women. Dakota Kai, I wish she was healthy so we can get a 5-on-5 match, which is what War Games generally is. This one was 4-on-4. Take a drink. But very fun match. Very spot-heavy. At one point, Kairi Sane being... not Kairi Sane. Well, yeah, Kairi Sane. Let's just talk about her real quick. When she entered the ring, she got this giant-ass trash can lid. And Shotzi was the victim of a spinning backfish trash can lid to the face. And it sounded gnarly. It looked gnarly. I am so happy Kairi Sane is back in the WWE. And just do us a favor. Please keep her away from Nia Jax. And that way she can actually be around longer than she was the first time here. But one of the biggest spots of the night, of course, the genius of the skies, Io Sky, climbed up to the top of the cage, as she has done the previous 3 or 4 times she's been in War Games. I think this is actually her 5th match. Her 5th War Games match, excuse me. She got to the top of the cage in a very cool spot. Dakota Kai hooked a trash can lid to the chain that Io had, and she pulled it up. And of course, Io Sky, being the lunatic that she is, puts the trash can over her head and just dives off onto every competitor in the match. Well, actually, she only hit the baby faces in this one, which is weird because it's usually everybody in the ring that gets clobbered with these. But yeah, she only hit the baby faces. Very cool moment. So match starts break down. Extremely entertaining. Extremely fast-paced, fun. Um, we get to a point where Kyrie goes for the insane elbow on Becky Lynch while she had the armbar. I want to say it was on Io. Um, Becky let go of the armbar, put up the knees on Kyrie. Kyrie took a wicked powerbomb from Becky and Charlotte. We had the big moment where Charlotte and Becky just grabbed each other and hugged each other, which we all know down the road that is going to blow up in everybody's face because these two women are two of the top of the industry, and they're just going to keep on. It's a blood feud there. So, with that, Kairi Sane was set up for Charlotte's big spear, and in an act of sacrifice, Bayley shoved her out of the way and ate the spear, and then continued to eat every finisher from each of their faces in this. She got the Shotzi senton, then she got a very nasty looking KOD, which that shit was brutal. Then they gave her to Becky, who was standing on the ropes, and a weird manhandle slam off the second rope through the table. The reason I say it's weird is because Becky obviously did not have a grip of Bayley at the time, so it looked disconnected. It looked disjointed. But overall, entertaining match. Great way to kick off the show in Chicago. These women are fantastic. WWE's women division is getting better and better. So I'm happy about all that. We will now move on to the next show. The baby faces win. Nothing big. Nothing happened after the match. So we move on to what was the next match, and that would be the Ring General Gunther versus Mike the Miz Mizanin. Now, on the whole, this night, with the exception of the winner of the two WarGames matches, this night was pretty predictable. Fun, but predictable. The Miz and Gunther here, it was a Gunther match. It is a match where Gunther dominates. It is a match where Gunther looks like he's about to drop the title due to shenanigans, and of course, the Miz. He does not get enough credit for what he has done in the wrestling industry. Let me turn this light down too, because I feel like I'm still being too bright, but something I've never said in my life. This match was fun, brutal. Some of the shots that were taken, even the chops that Miz was giving Gunther, were echoing through Chicago's arena. And there was a point where the Miz went after the leg, and they called back to when Ric Flair. The Nature Boy was mentioned a few times on the show, which shocked me since he just recently signed with AEW, but they're going to let bygones be bygones with a lot of their older stars, like Adam Copeland and all that. So the Miz working on the leg. Miz doing heelish things, ripping the turnbuckle off, giving Gunther a low blow. He actually kicked out of the Gunther powerbomb, which surprised many. He hit the Skull Crusher finale, to which Gunther, of course, kicked out. Not as many brutal chops as you would normally get in a Gunther match. I don't know if that was the Miz not wanting to take him, or if it was just like, alright, we keep seeing the same thing from Gunther. Let's try something else. Let's see him be more physical without just making dog meat out of the fucking chest of his opponents. So, this was very fun. At the ending of this match, saw the Miz sneakily kick Gunther in the knee after the ring cover came off. Kick Gunther in the knee while the referee was reinstalling the ring cover. Hit Gunther with a very good punt kick low blow. Dropped down, only got 2 out of it. Gunther then got up, locked in the chokehold, the sleeper, to which the Miz put him in the still uncovered buckle because the ref dropped the turnbuckle to count the pin. Almost reversed that into the old Bret Hart flip over thing. Then it was a Gunther lariat, which is just dirty, nasty, dirty. Gunther went to the top for his big splash. You could see that he was favoring the knee very badly. It was an awkward landing for him because when he came down more on his toes and then dropped on the back of the Miz, which didn't look good. Probably had zero impact at all. Then Gunther locks in the Boston Crab. The Miz trying to pull to the ropes. Gunther gets up, walks him back to the middle of the ring, and goes Walls of Jericho style, which is fitting since the Miz, I was not trying to do that transition yet. So stop it, go back. So I'll pause that right now. It is Walls of Jericho style, like I said, which is fitting due to the fact that the Miz was trying to tie Chris Jericho's titles reigns. And so, props to him. The Miz taps out. Very good, like I said, very good match, very sound match. We knew what was going to happen. We knew what the finish was going to be. There's no way Mike Mizanin was taking this belt off of Gunther. The only way Gunther loses this title is if he is getting booked to take on Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. And then even at that point, I think he becomes a dual champion, or he just does not win that one. Because this record-setting run that Gunther has been on with this title has been spectacular. Alright, it was already spoiled for you guys, so the next match was Dragon Lee taking on Santos Escobar. The newly healed Santos Escobar. Sorry about that. Let me fix something real quick. Alright. The newly healed Santos Escobar. If you don't know about Santos Escobar, you really need to learn something. Go back to Lucha Underground when he was King Cuerno. This man is a king of Lucha Libre for a reason. And Rey Mysterio dubbed Dragon Lee as the future of Lucha, which I agree with also. Dragon Lee is an amazing performer. If you've only known him from NXT, then you haven't seen jack shit. Go back to his Japan and his AAA days and just watch this man go. Very early in this match, Santos was the aggressor. He beat the brakes off of Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee has always been a game performer, and this dude is going to be legit. This could be your future Eddie versus Ray style rivalry without the custody of Dominic match, or the custody of Dominic in general. Santos is a natural heel. Dragon Lee is a natural babyface. This is your future Lucha Libre in WWE. And I'm excited to where these two both go. Dragon Lee has only been on NXT for about 6-7 months now, where Santos was there for a couple years, honing his craft. Dragon Lee was more of a sports entertainer style, so it was a quicker transition for him to come to the main roster. And his match with Axiom a couple weeks ago was very good. I hope they bring Axiom up. Axiom, or A-Kid, as he's better known, is a tremendous talent, a tremendous lightweight. But, yeah. This match had spots. Santos did not wrestle a Lucha Libre match. Santos wrestled a more, I'm just going to beat the brakes off you and you're just going to sit there and take it type match. And it worked. The big spot where Dragon Lee took control of the match for a short time is his running, jumping Hurricane Rana off of the side of the ring onto the floor, which is an amazing sight. We have seen him botch it in NXT and just completely eat it, which was not pretty, but he pulled this one off flawlessly, landed on his feet. Fucking needs athletes or something else. Good back and forth after that. Santos aggressively trying to rip the mask off of Dragon Lee. He grabbed him. He literally drug him around the ring by his eye hole. And Santos showing that ruthlessness that he has been known for his whole career, but never really got the never was able to actually show what he is capable of as a heel, because since coming to the main screen, since coming to the main roster, he has basically been a face except for the very beginning of the main roster run, to where it was Legado del Fantasma attacking the Street Profits and Viking Raiders and everybody else. But yeah, so the end of the match saw a, what do you call it? A south of the border destroyer, which is Canadian destroyer, which is the most overly used move in WWE and AEW and wrestling in general over the last 3 years since Bad Bunny did it at SummerSlam. Now everybody does it. Hell, Dustin Rhodes does the best one, and he's 80 years old. Then he hit him with the Phantom Driver. 1, 2, 3. Santos Escobar gets the win and shows that this was the match that I think put him ahead of where people. This is the match that put him where he needs to be. Not because he needs to be respected. Santos is a monster. I could see him winning titles, numerous singles titles, even possibly winning the world title that Seth Rollins has. I don't think there's a feasible way he takes the belt off Roman. But Santos versus Logan Paul, U.S. title. Santos versus Gunther, Intercontinental title. Anything you put Santos in, he's going to turn into gold. It's going to be a great match. All right. Next up, we have this match. This match was short, but it was impactful, fun, and I am continuing to be impressed with Zoe Stark on the main roster because since she came in, I'll impressed with her at NXT. She has a knee issue, but whenever she's in the ring, she goes out there and does her fucking thing. Of course, we all knew Mommy was going to win. We all knew Rhea was going to win. Rhea looked great. Zoe looked great. This was a down and out fight. Zoe took it to Rhea like not many have done. Zoe's a different type of freak athlete that is going to be around a long time as long as her knee stays healthy and she can stay healthy. But they both hit their big spots. There was one moment, and I blinked and kind of missed it. I don't know if Zoe, excuse me. I don't know if Zoe was going for the Zoe 360 or if Rhea was going for the Riptide off the rope. I don't know what she was doing. But there was an awkward moment where Zoe just backflipped off of the middle rope while in a hold with Rhea, and they both stood there for a minute like, shit, we fucked something up, but let's just go. Went right back to the action. Didn't really affect the match. Some of Zoe's big spots are, of course, her double jump plancha off the top rope to where nailed Rhea. Zoe has that cool springboard to 1 foot on the second rope, twisting rotation body splash, which I think is an awesome looking move. I think it's better than Raquel's twisting elbow off the middle rope. See, I like the Z360. The Z360 is one of my favorite finishers in the WWE right now because it looks so smooth. Zoe hit Rhea with a German suplex in this match that made Rhea Ripley look like a ragdoll, and that's very hard to do, especially when she has a distinct size advantage on her opponents. So the finish of this match saw Zoe hit a sliding knee, which got a close 1, 2, 3, that she picked up Rhea to go for the Z360. Rhea counters. Basically a Riptide, match over. Mommy continues her dominance over the women's division. But this was a star-making performance for Zoe Stark, and I expect to see her do big things in the Royal Rumble and possibly take her Royal Rumble win. If it's not against Mommy at WrestleMania, if Io is still the champion, I could see Zoe taking the belt off Io, and I would not be mad at it. Zoe Stark is the future of the WWE. She's young, she's athletic, she's strong, she's fearless, and she has shown in this rivalry on TV that she is not afraid of getting in there with the baddest bitch on the planet, which used to be Ronda Rousey, but is now Rhea Bloody Ripley. And now we are coming up to our main event, the 5-on-5 match, men's War Games. We got the Judgment Day with Drew McIntyre, who is not in this picture. I grabbed the wrong image, but the Judgment Day with Drew McIntyre taking on Team Let's Destroy the Judgment Day, Jey Uso, along with Randy Orton. So the WWE had a very interesting problem in this match. Being in Chicago, knowing that he who shall not be named until after I talk about this match, being in his hometown, you guys already know who I'm talking about. They were forced to announce Randy Orton as the fifth partner for Cody Rhodes' match, for Cody Rhodes' team. The reason it was forced is because being in Chicago, knowing that the man who shall not be named until later is on the forefront of everybody's mind. He is out of any no compete if he had one with AEW to begin with here in Chicago. And let me tell you guys something. This match was amazing. So, beginning of the match, the entrances, Drew McIntyre comes out first. Big Drew just looking awesome and great and all that. Coming out, doing his thing. And you had, here come the Judgment Day. And as they're getting ready to lock him in the cage, there's just a very intense stare down between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre. Now, I was talking to a buddy of mine at work yesterday morning while I was finishing up my shift, is that I think, in my honest opinion, Damian Priest is getting bigger than the Judgment Day. But you still need that big enforcer, which is why I think Drew McIntyre is being courted into the Judgment Day right now. Whether that actually happens, I don't know. But Damian Priest has been the MVP of this group, followed by JD McDonough, who is not an official member yet. Dominic Mysterio has been doing Dominic Mysterio things and was hated heel in wrestling. But the reason he is so popular and hated is because he's doing his job right. Finn Balor is Finn Balor. He is an amazing performer. He's going to do everything. He's going to do what you ask. He's going to put in the performance that you expect of a world-class athlete to put in. And he did. So over on the men's side, we had all the individual entrances. The pop for Cody Rhodes, the pop for Sami Zayn was insane. Jey Uso's pop was great. Of course, you know you're getting with Seth Rollins. Everybody loves him. He is the face of the WWE right now. Roman, you are on God mode. You are you, but I'm a little disappointed you weren't on this card. But I know you saved yourself for big shows. It is what it is. But no Randy Orton. Throughout the night, they've been running a story that Randy Orton has not shown up yet, which is a issue because he's the fifth man. That story is even more emphasized by the fact that Seth Rollins went to the ring. They locked Sami, Jey, and Cody into the shark cage by themselves. No Randy Orton. Which has commentary saying that, oh, they locked the cage, so that means Randy Orton's not here. That means he is not going to show up. This match starts out with Seth Rollins just like, fuck it, doing a suicide dive over both rings, between both sets of ropes, and on the Finn Balor, and the action just non-stop from there. The Judgment Day, the MVP of this match for the Judgment Day was JD McDonough. I honestly do not remember anything that Dominic did in this match. JD McDonough has been performing on a level that I don't think people who don't know the Irish Ace Jordan Devlin, who don't know his career, have ever seen before. This dude is on top. He's been trained by Finn Balor. Him and Finn Balor are best friends. They, like I said, they're training buddies. Finn Balor basically took JD McDonough, Jordan Devlin under his wing a long time ago, and is the reason why he is so damn good. So we have a fantastic match going on here. We got weapons, we got kendo sticks, we got Damian Priest bringing back the old fucking the club, the metal club. They just the extendo club and just wearing people out with it. Now we're down to that final entrant, which is Randy fucking Orton. He comes out, the crowd loses their mind. Randy hits the ring, and the best thing about bringing him back at WarGames is he did not need to overperform, especially knowing he's coming off of, double back surgery, and he's been out of the ring for 18 months. He did not need to do anything overly done. He didn't take many bumps. He came in, snap power slam on all the smaller Judgment Day members, dropped in RKOs, doing Randy Orton things. The big spot of this match, and going into this match, I thought they needed to have either Finn or JD eat the pin, because Drew, Damian, and Dominic, they would get hurt by eating these pins, but I understand why the finish was what it was, so let me go into it. So, JD McDonough is trying to get away from people. Randy Orton just sitting there being the Viper. At one point, Jey Uso was in the corner, and this is how good their storytelling has been with Jey Uso and coming into this match. If you didn't realize it, Jey Uso's face at the end of Raw when Randy Orton was announced was like, fuck, I fucked up. Throughout the night, saw Jey Uso, was like, it's my fault that he's not here, yada, yada, yada. I put him on the shelf, yada, yada, yada. There's a point where Randy Orton's coiled up to do the RKO to, I want to say it was Finn Balor. And he's doing his, hitting the mat, doing his little hype up thing. But then he slithers towards Jey Uso. And I expected him to drop Jey after the match with the RKO. But Jey was getting up slow, and Randy was, coiling up like he always does. He starts to get up, gets on his knees, and just points to Jey. He's like, I could have got you, motherfucker. I could have got you. But this thing we're in right now is bigger than me and you, which Drew McIntyre has not learned. This whole thing is bigger than me and you. This is trying to put the Judgment Day in their place since they have taken over as the most dominant faction since the Bloodline coming into the Survivor Series. So the big spot of the night, JD McDonough is trying to get away. I want to say it was Cody. No, it was Seth and maybe Cody or Jay. Or Sammy. It was two of them. Went up there, caught JD, and you see Randy Orton standing in the ring, looking up at JD McDonough and the other two combatants. And he's like, come on, throw him. So, the spot of the match here, besides Seth Rollins eating a nasty razor's edge through a table, they launched JD McDonough off of the cell, off of the WARGAME cell, into just a rapid RKO. JD done for the night. Cody comes in, hits the crossroads on Damian Priest. Both face teams go over at WarGames, which is a rarity on the night. The MVP of this match in a losing effort was JD McDonough. He is such a talented performer, and he has such a bright future. And now let's get to he who shall not be named until now. So coming into Survivor Series, everybody thought CM Punk was going to be the mystery partner for Cody Rhodes and them, which is why they had to announce it was going to be Randy Orton, because they didn't want Randy coming back to just hatred. But the image of the night is this right here. This guy, the best in the world, so he claims, the most controversial man in professional wrestling history to this point. CM Punk is back in the WWE, once again stealing the spotlight from the great main event like he did with MJF and like he's done a couple times in AEW. But this one was a necessary evil by the WWE to do this. Watching the press conference after the show, of course, we had some major comebacks last night. We did have Randy Orton. And Triple H made the joke during his press conference that he's like, man, what about that return? R-Truth is back. And yes, R-Truth is back in all his comedic glory, doing a Ruffles commercial, and it was hilarious. And I'm so glad to see R-Truth back in the WWE cameras and hopefully back in the ring soon. But this guy right here, right above me, Mr. CM Punk, Phillip Brooks is back in the WWE. And this is not like the last time he came back. So last time he came back was just to be on the bump, is what it's called now, but just talking, all that. And he put out a tweet before he left the company, which I'm surprised didn't get more attention. is when he told The Miz on Twitter, which is now X, to go suck your blood money dick, referring to the Saudi Arabia contract. Phillip Brooks is a very controversial individual, but he and Triple H said it again in the press conference, and I'm going to just quote it in the way he didn't say it. CM Punk is best for business. CM Punk gets people talking. CM Punk is the reason that AEW became a threat to WWE. And yes, I know anybody watching this is probably going to argue that point, but AEW wasn't even testing WWE until CM Punk's arrival. And they have continued that momentum, and AEW is a very good show, and I do want to do these Let's Talk About videos with AEW pay-per-views also. So, CM Punk is back in the WWE. Cody Rhodes had mentioned it. Somebody asked him a question about it, and Cody Rhodes said, if he's good for business, I am good with it. Which is an amazing line from Cody Rhodes. Because apparently Drew McIntyre stormed out after the show. I haven't watched the video or what that was about. We know Drew McIntyre's relationship with WWE has been tentative, but I believe there's a storyline, so Drew can supplant Damian Priest as the muscle in the Judgment Day, because Rhea Ripley is clearly the leader of the Judgment Day. So, CM Punk's back in the WWE, and it's going to be very interesting to see where they take this with him. With the Royal Rumble coming up in a couple months, we got Elimination Chamber coming up. We have, of course, WrestleMania, and now all eyes are on CM Punk and Cody Rhodes when it comes to WrestleMania, and even Gunther at this time, because it's the fucking Royal Rumble. The CM Punk being there, I'm hoping they put him on Raw. They move Cody to SmackDown so Cody can finish the story. I don't think LA Knight's story is done. There's a lot of good things happening in WWE in general. NXT, because you're going to have eventually the call-ups of Braun Breaker, the call-ups of Wes Lee, the call-ups of Carmelo Hayes. These guys could be joining the roster this year. We've already had the Creed brothers come in. DIY is back. We are setting up for a very, very, very interesting time here in the WWE. I give WarGames an 8 out of 10. It was a very good show. The reason the CM Punk thing happened was speculation. It was speculation according to everybody up to WWE until the show started, which is why it became such a big surprise when he came out, is because they had just signed the contract, apparently. But, please, I hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. Put in the comments, please, what else you want me to do on these, Let's Talk About videos. There's going to be game reviews, movie reviews, idle chit-chat here and there. We are going to have some fun. Me and Hollywood will be back with reactions as soon as my official computer comes in. And, please let me know your thoughts about Survivor Series in the comments below. And like I said, like, comment, and subscribe. And it's good to see you guys again. We will see you soon. My name is Big Sin, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.